Well, hello, everybody. So good to be here. So good to be here. I'm really excited to be here. I can't even tell you. And I'm glad I'm excited because I just had a lot of Botox, and that's the only emotion I can express. Very, very excited. If you tell me your dog died, I'll just have to grin at you like this. I'm very sorry that your dog died. But I'm too vain to really show any empathy right now. Botox party's $9 a unit. That's pretty good, you know what I mean? I'm perimenopausal. I'm in my 40s. Perimenopausal. That means I'm not fully menopausal. Okay, it takes many years for your body to self-destruct. It's just a fact. I am in the phase now where I do have some night sweats and some chin whiskers coming out of my areola. You can't tell me that you don't want to be on that party bus. You want to be on Becky's bridal party bus or a bunch of MILFs with furry nipples. There's really no contest now, is there? I am local. I'm from here. I've lived here all my life. I'm from San Dimas, where the meth is plentiful. Yes. I don't think there's any coincidence that, you know, when meth labs started popping up in San Dimas, it was the same year Raging Waters was built. No coincidence. Never underestimate a bunch of redneck tweakers, you know what I mean? I had a lot of fun memories at Raging Waters. I grew up there, spent my childhood there. Got a lot of violent colonics. Had to get my bathing suit surgically removed from my own ass. It was fun. I'm an 80s kid, okay? I'm in my 40s. I'm an 80s kid. Adults did their thing, and the kids did ours. There wasn't any. The only rule I remember an adult ever giving us was don't swim for 20 minutes after you eat. It's the only rule. Well, that doesn't apply to the fact that we just got on the back of some motorcycles with grown men. Nobody was digesting in a pool for that. Very nice men in leather took us to the mall. Gave us candy and crack cocaine. But that's the difference. I mean, today, if you saw some 12-year-old girls getting on the back of a motorcycle and be like, hey, where are you going on that motorcycle? But in the 80s, an adult would be like, hey, where are you going on that motorcycle? Raging Waters? All right, well, don't swim for 20 minutes. That's it. That was it. I don't understand this day and age. I have a daughter, and she invited her friends over for a slumber party. I heard nothing. And I looked in, and they were just sitting next to each other, looking at their phone, not talking. I don't understand that, okay? Again, 80s kids were playing all the time at a slumber party's first thing, right out of the gate. Light as a feather, stiff as a board, right then. If you don't know what that is we thought we were going to levitate each other by doing a chant with 2 fingers. And we had to say we were levitating each other. What are we going to say? Let's go in the other room and lift each other up? That's what we were doing. Or we can just go mess with some bitch named Bloody Mary in the bathroom, I guess. That's what we were doing. We'd finish the night with the fainting game, if you ever played the fainting game. It's where we would hyperventilate by taking deep breaths, stand up, and someone would press on our neck until we collapsed. That was the fainting game. Hey, girls, man, we would do like those little nursery rhyme things. I remember Cat's Cradle, and then a slumber party as teenagers just choking each other out. That's what we did. San Dimas has a lot of Mormons. Did you know that? A lot of Mormons. This is the other extreme of white people. You know, you have the tweakers and the Mormons. My neighbor was a Mormon family. I played over there all the time, played with the kids. I can't tell you how many kids were there because I don't know. I lost count. Do you know there were a lot of kids? I saw, my friend's name was Julie, and I saw her mom had something poking out the bottom of her shorts, like some sort of material. I said, what's that? And she said, we wear special underwear. It's called sacred undergarments. And they're long, and they let us know how long our shorts need to be. I said, okay, you have underwear the same length as your shorts. I think you're wearing 2 pairs of shorts. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I'm married, and my lingerie is t-shirt and granny panties, so come on. If my husband's gonna get lucky, it's packaged in a cotton diaper. I'm sorry. It might not be crazy and exciting, but it will be cozy. You know what I mean? It will be cozy. I'm the youngest. Anyone have siblings in here? Brothers and sisters? Yeah. I'm the youngest. I grew up with an older sister. And it's not that we didn't get along, but we did hate each other's guts. And we shared a room, and we were just so different. She didn't like me in her space, didn't want me in her space. She was very dark. She liked goth stuff and like horror movies and slasher films. So she didn't want me around it, and I just did my best to antagonize her. It's like, oh, I'm going to touch your pentagram. I'm going to touch your pentagram. And she'd just hiss and go back in her coffin or something. Hated each other's guts. But I wouldn't, if you're going to share a space with someone you can't stand, I wouldn't recommend it. Because I wouldn't recommend it. As an adult, I got into self-harm. Spent too many years as a substitute teacher. I think it had served me well to be a cunty one. I wasn't. I was like, I tried to do a good job. And like, the teachers were always so annoying. They're like, oh, we never have enough substitute teachers. I'm like, yeah, it's called self-love. The only ones who are sticking around probably had an older sister with bondage magazines under her bed like me. No boundaries in that. I sent a little kid to the office to see the principal because he was putting his hand down his pants. He was going like this. Like, you need to go see the principal. He came back. He wrote me an apology letter. I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnston. What I did is I got a booger and I put it on my penis. Ladies and gentlemen, I kept that note. Is that porn? I think that might be porn. Don't turn me into the authorities, please. I have kids. Any parents in here? Yeah, my friends. We all have kids. I have one girl, and then just a flurry of wiener happened after that. Just a flurry. So I started with some hope, and now I just surrounded by boys who want to show me their turd. I don't want to see your turd. Mom, this is a big turd. I'm like, holy hell. What old man with Crohn's disease came in here? How did that come out of a 9-year-old? I don't know. But yeah, my daughter and I were just, we're in a frat house. It feels like we're in a frat house. We're just coming up with the rules as we come, trying to keep these boys in line. I'm like, hey, if you're going to knock yourself out by putting a bucket on your head and running as fast as you can into the wall, put your pants on. Just put your pants on. That's all I ask of you. I have a son who's autistic. He's a teenager. He's absolutely beautiful. And I don't mean that subjectively because he's my son. He's objectively beautiful. Look at these cheekbones. You don't think I'm going to have a beautiful son? I have a beautiful son. He's autistic, so it doesn't mean he's not going to lick a window from time to time. He does. He's very much autistic and absolutely beautiful. He's a teenager, and he's still little in his head. I can't get him off of the Alvin and the Chipmunks. Can't get him off of it. I'm like, hey, son, let's do something autistically stereotypical. Can I just talk about sharks with you? Sharks pee through their skin. That's interesting. Turtles breathe out of their butts. That's interesting. He's like, what does that have to do with Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? I'm the weirdo, I guess. I'll be the weirdo. But he's still little. He's a teenager, but he's still little. So I'm going to take a 6-foot Spider-Man trick-or-treating. 6-foot Spider-Man, and he's beautiful. And I'm just, I'm a little worried that I'm going to take this 6-foot Spider-Man to some little old lady who's going to answer her door and want to give my son some dollar bills. Nobody ordered you a male stripper, man. Candy, he might lick a window, and we'll be on our way. Okay? That's it. So anyway, thanks for having me here, guys. This is my favorite place. I love it here. I think the first time I came here was like 8 years ago, and Steve looked at me and said, "Intrigued. We have a woman in the house." So anyway, I just want to encourage you all. Just keep it honest, keep it real, and any chance you get, keep it a little autistic. Thank you.